What's up, guys? This is Don here with another deck profile for you guys with a branded invoked 12th place winner, my homie Wes right here. So what's up, Wes? Explain this deck profile you got for us.
So basically, it mainly focuses off of doing like fusion summoning and such, and more than one ways to do fusion summoning. So that way you don't always hopefully brick with it. And so you'll be able to like still do something in case they like say imperm your monster or whatever. So there's always a more easier out. And then sometimes you can even use the cards to also lure your opponents into like doing say infinite imperm to like just get rid of a monster effect that you didn't really need.
Nice. Let's get into it, bro. That's a nice mat too.
Yeah. So we have Dramaturge of Despia.
So how many of those do you run?
I'm only running one because it's not like used too much because you gotta use it from the hand as fusion material to special summon itself. And it's like definitely got a fun effect too, but if you don't use it as fusion material anywhere else except the hand, like if you use it from the deck or graveyard, it will not be able to really activate its effect.
Okay.
But like once it's special summoned, it can negate a monster's effect as well. And you can like target their monster, negate it, so on and so forth.
Okay.
And then you've also got to have Ad Libitum of Despia. What it does, it is like when it's used as fusion material from the hand or field, then it can special summon a Despia monster from the graveyard, and I believe banish too. Yeah, that is banished or in your graveyard, or 1 level 8 or higher fusion monster. So you could be bringing back, like, say, Guardian Chimera and such that way.
Okay.
Because if polymerization is in the graveyard, then Guardian Chimera will be unaffected by card effects when it gets back on the field, which will make it harder to take off and such.
Okay.
And yeah, Ad Libitum can help with that.
Yes.
So then next we've got the Edge of Chain. Yep. And then I have Droll and Lockbird. So that way, if I need something different in there, like say replace this with like a Harpy's Feather Duster, I can just side it out. And then we got Albion.
Oh, okay.
But I run like 1 to 2 a lot of times because its effect is if I basically like have it in my hand, I can show it and then dump a card from the deck to the graveyard, a branded spell or trap, which it's usually going to be a branded spell or trap instead of Fallen of Albas. So that way I can just like put this at the bottom of the deck and draw 1 card.
Okay.
Basically like a little bit easier Pot of Greed in a way, where you just like draw 1 card and such.
Okay.
And then we've got Despian Tragedy.
Okay.
So it goes all in one type way. We got Sci Frame Gear Gamma and such, and then we got Sci Frame Gear Frame Driver. So kind of useless then as well too. Myself. Then we got the fun good old Luber Jester of Despia. This card I'm usually almost always grabbing either branded fusion or branded in red with. There's all sorts of fun effects like with graveyards and such in this deck that you tend to forget a lot of times.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, happens to the best of us. And then I run 1 Shadow Beast, so I can use it in like say branded fusion and be able to draw a card from that.
Yeah.
And then we've got the Light Hex Sealed Fusion. This card can be treated as any fusion substitute. That's what its effect is. So there's that.
That's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. You run 2 nibs in your main?
Yeah, I do 2 nibs because then I most likely draw 1 of them.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And then we got...
You already know this guy. This guy is normal summoning? Yeah.
Yep, Alistair the Invoker.
Self-explanatory.
Albaz the Ashen.
This dude is new. He's come out post.
Makes a fusion monster leave the field. I can summon this back. Its effect is pretty good, I will not lie. And then, of course, everybody should know this card. Like, who doesn't know Ash Blossom by now? I've got that real pretty one, though. And then we got the Fallen of Albazes. Yeah, part of its effect and all that. Yeah. Lure of Darkness. So, say you have Shadow
Fucking guy has all the goddamn luck.
This is West.
What can I say? Pulling a
All the
cos
collectors, all the rares.
only pulled like a Cosmic Cyclone Collector's rare today. But yeah, with the Lure of Darkness, you can also even use like Shadow Beast's effect to like pitch it and such too.
Yeah.
And then you've got Magical Meltdown. That's how
good.
broken this is. And then, of course, the good old branded fusions. So that's the only thing you gotta worry about, is making sure you fusion summon a monster with Fallen Valbaz in its material. And then, of course, we got the invocations. Y'all probably know what this card does. And basically, summon an Alistair, repeat the whole process. And then we got the good old Frightfur Patchworks. If Chain is in the graveyard, I believe that's when you're able to use Frightfur Patchwork, because it's leaving the field through a card effect and whatnot. Next, we got Fusion Deployment. I only run one of those. And then, Despia Theater of the Branded. Each effects once per turn. Branded Bond. That's the card I usually pitch for Albion. I'll admit that. If I use Fallen of Albaz's effect and pitch this, I can then set this by the end phase. And then we got the good old Branded in Reds. Cosmic Cyclone, Terraforming, Foolish Burial, Tragedy, 2 Polymerization. I'll use that so that way Guardian Chimera cannot be affected by card effects.
What?
Super Poly, you gotta always have those.
You got enough of them?
Oh yeah, definitely. It keeps my opponent on their toes and such, so that way I can just fuse their stuff away. And they can't do nothing about it either. Infinite Imperm. There can only be one.
You actually maining those?
Yeah, because a lot of times these days people are playing like Floanderies or whatever,
That's
and in
fair.
this deck,
That's fair.
there's not only just like one type and such. There's multiple types like Worm, Fairy, Dragon, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then we got the extra deck.
Yes.
Rebellion and Albion. Their effects, another fusion summon, bring out say Mirror Jade or Masquerade. So you can bring out either of those and such too. We got Invoked Mechaba, Invoked Purgatrio, and Invoked Augeus. The invoked cards negates effects, basically. You already know. This destroys a monster, and this basically like makes it so I get more attack and attack multiple monsters. If I have Magical Meltdown, Invoked Augeus' effect will go fully through, and they can't do nothing about it. Guardian Chimera, the one most funnest card I ever will like to use, because Polymerization. It's unaffected by card effects and cannot be targeted. So just do that. And then its effects, like pop one card on the field and draw 2 more cards. Spring End, that's the card you almost always want to pitch when using Mirror Jade's effect. And then its end phase effect will activate. Or you can pitch Albion to do the same thing, to grab a branded spell or trap, or with Spring End's effect, to grab a Fallen of Albaz. Despian Procanthius. Sometimes I'll use that, not all the time, because its effect can still be stopped and you don't always summon it out. But it's still something to just have there as a just in case.
Yeah.
Predaplan Drago Stelepia.
You already know what that does.
Yeah, we all know what that does. Garura Wings of Resonant Life. That's basically one of the super poly targets.
Okay.
Albalanetius. That card I've used a good few times because my opponent sometimes will have a dragon monster. And then I can just bring out Fallen of Albaz. They'll sometimes try and stop the contact fuse, but I'll literally say, no, I'm contact fusing, you can't stop that.
Yeah.
Because they'll think I'm using Fallen of Albaz
happened to
effect
me before. That happened to me.
for like pitching a card, trying to fusion. But no, I'm saying that I'm contact fusing and such. So they can't do nothing about it.
Wes did that to me before. So.
The Dark Charmer Glue. But yeah, that's the deck profile.
Yeah, thanks Wes for the deck profile. Coming in 12th place, bro. Any shout outs or anything you want?
I guess follow me on TikTok if you want.
With that, bro, we signing out. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Peace.